Hi there and welcome along to another workout for you to row along to. Now today's workout is another in the shorter duration ones that just let you expose a little bit of time and a little bit of change on the rowing machine in order to build yourself up. So today's 7-minute row is going to be made up of 2 minutes low intensity, 20 strokes a minute. We've done that one before, around about 5 out of 10 effort, followed by 1 minute at 24 strokes a minute and a slightly higher effort, around about 7 out of 10. So you're going to be going around about 5 to 10 seconds faster for that 1 minute. Then you're going to return back to that 2 minutes at low intensity, 1 more minute hard, and then 1 minute low intensity at the end, just to make sure we're not stopping at the end of like a hard workout, all right? Simple enough, but we have to get into our 5-minute warm-up first, which I'm going to guide you through, don't worry about it. And before we get started into that warm-up, we have to set up our machine first. Now on an Aviron, that means setting our resistance. Now if you don't know where you want to set your resistance on the Aviron, look for one where you feel you get a nice push from your legs and your upper body, you get a nice feel of the stroke, okay? It shouldn't feel like going through air, but at the same time, you shouldn't feel like you're having to heave a ton of bricks across the road, okay? And it's the same with the concept too if you're using the Aviron app. Set your drag factor somewhere that kind of does what I just said, okay? A good guide here is that, I set my Aviron resistance to 10 and it gives me a nice feel from it. I set my Concept 2 drag factor to 130, which on a clean machine is round about lever 5, all right? So that's where to start off. Next up, your foot stretcher height. I want you to set it at a point where you're able to get to the front of the machine with your shins in a vertical position comfortably and easily, all right? If you're set too high, if the foot stretchers are too high, it can get a little bit tough to get into that vertical position. If you're set too low, it can be really easy to go straight past that vertical position, and then your backside escapes from underneath you, you lose power, you don't get quite a good workout. Makes sense, all right? So a good guide for that is that the straps cover the bottom lace in your shoe, that horizontal lace, which then means that the straps should be going over the balls of your feet. So if you don't know, if you've never thought about it before, set them there now, and then you can adjust for your comfort, because there are no absolutes. What's most comfortable for you and gives you the best workout is right for you. It's as simple as that. So 5-minute warm-up. We're going to do this around about 20 strokes a minute, and we're going to start off at a really gentle power and build up through it just to make sure our body gets moving properly and that we're happy for today's row. There's no point kind of hitting the ground running, all right? Are you ready? I've been talking for so long, we better get started into some rowing. So if you are, good, because we're going to get going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right, so I'm going to get the boring stuff out the way first. The technique side of things, just to make sure that you're getting your body into the right position. So I want you to continue to just do a light press of your legs and think about your arms connecting to the machine. That's like the handle connects to whatever makes your machine go at the same time. So you're pushing at the same time your hands connect. And you can help that by having a forwards tilt of your upper body in towards the front of the machine. And I say tilt for a reason, because you're tilting over the hips. You're not bending and rolling in. And then keep nice straight arms as you do that as well. So forwards tilt, straight arms, and then you want to push with the feet at the same time your hands connect to the machine. And then if you can hold those arms nice and straight as you push your feet, that gets the power into the machine. And then when you are around about halfway through the stroke, through the leg drive, that's when you eventually swing your body from a forwards tilt into a backwards tilt and then pull in your arms. So you're only pulling your arms at the back of the stroke. So maybe you thought about rowing as being a pulling motion. No. It's a push of the legs. You only pull at the back of the stroke. And that's how you get the all-over body workout that you'll have read about. This is only a all-over body workout if you use your whole body. If you ignore your legs by pulling from the front, you're losing like 50% of your power. Right, so we're gonna increase the power now. I want you to push a little bit harder for the next minute and find an intensity that feels like 5 out of 10, okay? I know that doesn't mean much, but you're nowhere near maximum. However, you also know you're putting in some work, okay? It's not like just walking down the street. It's like walking up some stairs. You'll start to breathe harder. Your heart rate will go up. But you could still hold a conversation with somebody. You might need to stop from time to time for them to talk so you can catch your breath. But you can still have that conversation quite comfortably. And this is what I call 5 out of 10. Right, so we're going to take 2 more strokes. Then we're going to put 1 foot on the ground. So you ready? Let's get that foot on the ground and continue rowing. Whee! So you'll find your power output will probably drop here. Don't worry about it, because you've only got 1 leg to push off. That's perfectly understandable. And what this is doing is helping you with your body angles as you tilt forwards, and also with that shins vertical position. 1 more here. Swap feet. Don't worry if it takes you a little bit longer than me to strap in and out. If you lose 3 or 4 seconds, it really isn't a problem. This is just a little bit of a drill work to help open up your hips and things, just help that warm up. And it also gives you a couple of minutes off from kind of like higher intensity rowing. Let's take 1 more here. All right, so strap yourself back in, and then legs nice and straight, but don't lock your knees. And then row with your back and arms. So swing off your back, pull in your arms, and then out with the arms and rock forwards again. So your upper body is just hinging backwards and forwards. And the difference is when you pull in your arms. But notice you do your back first before pulling in your arms. So you can use power generation of your upper body swinging back here. Let's roll into the front with a forwards tilt and straight arms, and just use our legs this time. So push with the legs, holding the arms straight. And if you can keep that forwards tilt, even better, because that's really important for the actual rowing stroke. But you're just pushing with the legs and working on that timing between the foot press and your hands connecting to the machine. Let's take 1 more here. I always finish with a full stroke, like it's impressive. So have a quick drink and I'll explain 1 more time what it is that we're doing today. Okay then, so continue to have a quick drink and maybe have a little bit of a wiggle of your backside to release the pressure of your sit bones on your glutes, which can sometimes cause an uncomfortable backside. So today's row, we're going to start off with that 20 strokes a minute, 5 out of 10 intensity that we were just doing in the warm-up for 2 minutes. And then we're going to increase to 24 strokes per minute for 1 minute. And then we're going to go back down to that 20 strokes again, and back up to 24, and then we're going to finish off with 1 minute down at 20 strokes a minute again. Simple row. Hopefully these 7 minutes will fly by, all right? I'll tell you why we're doing this and stuff when we get into the main row. There's frankly no point in me talking to you now. Might as well row instead of me sitting here and yeah. Okay. Sorry, I totally ran out of words there. Quite funny, wasn't it? So, are you ready for this? I'm flanneling to give you enough time to drink and stuff. It's true professional. It makes it sound like I'm joking, but I'm not. Right, let's get going. I'll sharp. Okay, are you ready to go then? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So 20 strokes a minute. That 5 out of 10 intensity, the kind of conversation intensity, is what you're looking for here, okay? And I can only apologize for what happened before we started today's row. For the first few videos that I've made for this platform, I've tried to be terribly professional. But if you're used to watching my rowing videos in the past on YouTube, you know that never lasts. I'll eventually just drift, start to find myself amusing, and I'm afraid you're along for the ride. It's like Stockholm Syndrome. I've got you strapped into the machine, you can't go anywhere. Right, but there is method to my madness. Really, this first minute is just about getting you back into the rhythm after the warm-up and the quick break. Then you can think about trying to get a bit of consistency going on now. So stroke rate wise is really easy. 20 strokes a minute is, after all, 1 every 3 seconds. And then pace consistency. Ideally, you'll want to try and hold the same pace the whole time at a stroke rate. But If you're just starting out, then kind of plus or minus 2 seconds is fine, just while you're finding your rhythm and things. It'll take you a while, a few sessions, to refine technique and things, and then hopefully consistency will start to fall into place. But we've got our 24 strokes a minute to worry about next. So 4 strokes time, and we're just going to push a little harder with our legs to increase pace as well and stroke rate. Are you ready? Let's go. So, handily, and this is the reason I picked 24 strokes a minute, this is now 1 every 2.5 seconds. So as long as you manage to hit the 5s and 0s on the counter, then usually the one in between takes care of itself and you'll hit 24 strokes a minute. But if you're struggling, just remember higher stroke rate comes from a more powerful push with the legs and a slightly faster recovery forwards too. But we've only got 4 strokes to go. 2 more, 1 more. And now we're back down to that easy 20 strokes a minute, 5 out of 10 intensity. So you see what we're doing? We're just hanging out and then just injecting a little bit more intensity. I was going around about 8 seconds faster when I increased to 24 just then. You don't have to worry quite as much in terms of the difference between them, but just make sure there is a pace difference, okay? And it does come from that leg drive. This isn't about just sliding up and down really fast. It's about pushing harder with the legs in order to get power into the machine, but make you travel backwards faster at the same time, okay? This is how you get speed and power in there. It's about connecting the legs to the arms. Because after all, I could let go of the handle and slide up and down the machine as fast as I wanted to. If I didn't actually connect my legs to my hands, no pace would go into this machine at all. So do think about it that way. That it's about power from the legs. Your arms then take over, but they're not the primary generators of the force here, okay? All right. We're coming up for the next burst at 24 strokes a minute. You ready for this? So we're going to be going in 3 strokes time. 3, 2, 1. You ready? So let's push a little harder with the legs. And then if you can think about the handle being what kind of guides you in terms of your recovery pace. So you want a smooth release of the handle from your body. You're not holding it in against your chest. It comes in and then you release it instantly but smoothly. Don't fear the handle. Okay, you're not throwing it away. It's not a snake. And that will help if you get it away over your knees before you bend your knees. It will help with that quicker recovery to the front of the machine, ready for the next stroke. Good, 2 more here. 1 more. And back to 20 strokes a minute. And 5 out of 10 conversation pace. And really all we're doing now is coasting into a finish at this pace. We're all done with the intensity stuff. We're just keeping our body moving, getting the blood circulating around our muscles, flushing out carbon dioxide. With any luck, your heart rate will be up nice and high, kind of maybe 60 to 70% of your maximum heart rate. So you'll know you've had a workout today. I mean, I'm out of breath, so that's a good sign. And that's just in 7 minutes worth of effort. Let's take 2 more. 1 more. There we go. And so rows like this, even though it's only 7 minutes long, by mixing up what we're doing, we're not only keeping it interesting, which frankly it does. Those 7 minutes flew by because we were breaking it into these little chunks. But by varying how you're working, you're exposing your body to different intensities, different ways to work, and that will help develop you on your journey to becoming a better rower if you've started from nothing, or if you're coming back from injury or something and you need to build yourself back up. Okay, so this is what I do. If I get injured or if I get ill, I start right at the very beginning at 5 minutes and I build myself straight back up again. So hopefully that's why you're joining me on these sessions. Hopefully you enjoyed this one too. Please let me know whether you did or not in the Facebook groups. And of course, if you want to leave a hashtag on any socials, then 7 minutes of, oh no, hang on, that's a different thing, isn't it? 7 minute fun, let's call it that, okay? So hashtag 7 minute fun, because it's fun. I really enjoyed today's row. I kind of wish it was longer, but hopefully you can join me in another row that is a little bit longer another time. Until then, look after yourselves, take care, be well. Bye-bye.